Okay, I am live in the group. So I haven't been live in a group on Facebook for years. Okay, so I'm waiting to see because I was told that sometimes comments don't appear in the where I can see. So I'm just going to join the meeting from my phone. Hopefully, hopefully I'm there. Am I there? It's not showing me that I'm there. Is anyone else there? Why can't I? We shall see. Right, let's log out and back in again. Hopefully I can edit this so that I can chop off this beginning bit. Like I said, haven't been live on Facebook groups for years. But the annoying thing is I'm going into my group. Oh, there I am. Hello, Tanya. Okay, so, right. I'm going to have to turn the volume down on that. Okay, so yeah, it's not showing me any comments on my screen. So I've got my phone here. So if anyone does ask anything or comment anything, I can see you there. I've got about 5 screens set up here. Anyway, I thought I would just jump on quickly. So whether anyone is here, I can see Tanya is. If anyone else jumps on, brilliant. If not, don't worry. This is going to be staying in the group so you can kind of hear about what's going on. Obviously, I've written things and there is the web page that has got the information on it to kind of outline it. And some of you have joined onto the app where you can actually track your habits. And some of you have joined with the workouts as well. So awesome. So basically, what it is a 50-day challenge. That's kind of been obvious, I think, from the information. But it's not about crazy habits. It is about just finding consistency and just trying to build on some very simple non-massively time-consuming tasks that can transform your day, your feeling, how you are, and whatever your goal is, whether you're looking for sort of a physique change or whether it's more of a control change of just getting to grips with things, if you're trying to manage stress in your life anywhere, whether it's trying to juggle work and kind of your lifestyle as well. It's about trying to make some commitment for you to feel stronger in yourself, and not just physically stronger, but mentally, and sort of, yeah, that kind of feeling of I've got this. Yeah. Especially in the age group. I mean, my age group is this sort of perimenopausal. I know some people are postmenopausal. Some people aren't even there yet, but it's coming. And I don't want to scare you about that. But at least you can learn from us. So, like I said, it's not crazy stuff. The drinking the water is relative to your body weight. The other activities some things can be done super quick. And it's just finding that kind of gift of time, and actually being planned and prepared can gift you so much more time. Um, so there isn't a right time to start anything like this. I mean, who has 50 days to apply 100% everything all the time? No, we don't. Life has, events and things going on and curveballs thrown at us. And the idea is just start. Whether you've got a goal or whether you've got you've got this time frame maybe before going on holiday, whatever it might be, then but will probably be other things in the way, on the way, which is fine. There's nothing on this list that you cannot do with interruptions, and that will actually lead to a question that I've had later on. I'll come back to that. So just start. That is the main thing. If you're sitting here thinking, I'm not ready to start tomorrow, I've got to go out for a meal next Friday, I can't start until Saturday. Okay, but if I start Saturday, oh, it's the weekend. Weekend? We can still do all of this at the weekend. We can still do this if you go on holiday, to be honest with you. But it might be that you just don't want to do that. That's fine, but work around it. So I'm not call these 7 tasks rules, because we don't need more rules in our life. We've got rules from other places, work rules, life rules. So I've called them success steps, because every time you do one of these steps, every single day, it is hitting some form of success. And that's what we need in our life. We need to feel successful. We need to feel positive. We need to feel like we are achieving. And it doesn't have to be perfect achievement, but it's a nice sense to have in a world that is very hard work sometimes. And it's nice to have a feeling that we have done what we can for ourselves to feel as successful as possible. Okay, so the 7 steps, as you will have read about, but if you haven't, I'm just going to do a very quick outline here. Hydration. Hydration is key, absolute key to everything. Our brain needs water. Our body is made up 75% of water, so we really need to fuel it with fluid. So the calculation, as a sort of outline rule, we generally say, let's try and get 2 litres of water in. Some people really struggle with that. Some people do that without any problem at all. But there is a calculation, which I've outlined on the webpage, and I'm going to put that webpage underneath this so that you can have direct access to that quite easily. And then I'll pin this to the top of the page as well. But it is your body weight in kilograms times 0.033. So my current weight is at 69 kilograms. I times that by 0.033. It is 2.27 litres, which actually is really super convenient. This is my bottle, courtesy of the Outdoor Depot in Church Stretton. Go see Emily. This is a Camelback bottle, which it doesn't have that horrible plasticky taste that some water bottles can give you. And there are other brands, but having worked in that shop, I should definitely promote. But this one is 750 mils. Okay, so that times 3 is 2.25 litres. So I pretty much hit my spot. I will also have sparkling water. I have it at the end of the day, in the evening, because by the time I've taught or talked and coached and stuff, my throat is ready for something quite refreshing. And as much as I'm sure I'd love to have a glass of wine, it's sparkling water instead. Or what I have now started having on a few occasions is the Trip drinks, and I'm going to post every single day. I'm going to post something on this group to help support, guide, or just download what I've done that day. So I'll put those on there. Like I put some books on there yesterday. So do that calculation, work it out. You can, if you are on the app, you can actually put it as a goal if you want to. You can sort of acknowledge how much you've had, and obviously adjust for heat and exercise where needed. Okay, so then movement daily. So this is some questions I've had about the movement daily. The main thing is you do some form of activity to total 30 minutes. It could be 15 minutes in the morning, 15 in the evening. It could be 30 all in one go. It could be an hour and a half. It can be as much, as little as you want. The only rule I'm putting in here, because I am a massive believer, especially in the 40 plus age range, is weights. You need to push resistance 3 times a week. Now, the question I had was, do I need to go to a gym? No, you don't need to go to a gym. You can do your training at home. You can have a pair of dumbbells, but please get something at least like 5 kilograms or something, 6 if possible. Ideally, you would have 2 sets of dumbbells, okay? Some that are in the region of 4 to 6 kilograms, and then have some that are more like the 8 to 10, because our chest, our back, and our legs and our glutes are strong muscles. They can lift heavier. Our biceps, triceps, and shoulders, for some, everyone's different on shoulders, can generally need something a bit lighter. So, you know, if you're working your legs with 2 kilogram weights, you are doing yourself a disservice. Okay, you need to push heavier. We can work with dumbbells at home. You could do kettlebells. You could do resistance bands, can help as well. So if you haven't got weights straight away, it's definitely something to invest in. I mean, this challenge is free. God, just take the challenge. That's free. Invest in the equipment. That's what I want people to do. Okay, so 3 times a week you need to be pushing weights because our muscles are depleting by the day, okay? And if we're not fueling them right, most people's nutrition is high carb or higher fat and less protein. If we are on that sort of end of the scale with carbohydrates and we're not pushing any resistance, then we are just going to lose muscle tone and appear softer and like flabbier. Or if you are a slim person, you'll look what they call skinny fat. So weights 3 times a week. That's the only rule I'm putting in there. Otherwise, the movement can be yours, any whatever you want it to be. Ideally, getting a good 10,000 steps in a day. If you are not hitting 10,000, again, you are doing yourself a disservice. You should be getting that body moving. And, you know, ideally, I'd love people to be up at 15,000 steps, really pushing it. And it just takes finding snippets of time to move more, whether it's getting up from your desk a little bit more often. Make sure you're running up those stairs or walking up those stairs and not getting your lift. Park your car furthest away in the car park. Every little matters, and it's this non-exercise activity that really assists you. Okay, so you've got to find a way for 30 minutes. Now, yes, it is every single day, but it could be yoga. It could be a walk. I walk every day and I train. So, you know, everyone is time availability difference, but when we move on to one of the other rules, success steps, sorry, not a rule, we don't do rules, you'll find that extra 30 minutes. Okay, so hopefully that has answered. Obviously, if you're a member of a gym, brilliant, you have got that choice of resistance to work with and you will fly with your results. So depending on what your goal is, obviously. But ultimately, we want to get strong in every single way possible. So the next one then is rise earlier. Here's your extra 30 minutes, okay? If you say, I don't have time to put 30 minutes of exercise in, well, I'm gifting it to you now. Set your alarm clock half an hour earlier. Do not press snooze. Do not hit it again. Do not pass go. Do not collect £200. Rise earlier, half an hour, okay? It does not make a difference to your energy throughout the day. You're not going to suddenly feel really tired because you've got up half an hour earlier. Okay. In fact, I've got a coaching client who has said she is now getting up, I think it's about an hour earlier, and she is saying it makes no difference. She still feels exactly the same tiredness by the end of the day. The only difference is she feels amazing for having got up earlier to do the training. So there's your time. I'm gifting you an extra 30 minutes and there's your exercise time. Okay. So set the alarm clocks. If you're joining me tomorrow, set them up half an hour earlier. Half an hour earlier from your normal. Doesn't mean to say every day has to be like 5 a.m. One of the questions I had was, I already get up early. Should I do this? I'm like, yeah. What's another half hour if you're already getting up earlier? Get up half an hour before it. You know, yeah. It's going to make zero difference to your energy. What it will do is boost your system, increase your endorphins. You'll have that sense of success, and your day will be more positive and more productive. Okay. Right, so then, and on the webpage there are little pro tips that I've put on there to help you find these extra bits of time. Read 10 pages a day. Now, I know some people who are doing this are absolute bookworms. What I really want you to do though is read something of inspiration and education and motivation. So I put a few ideas on a post yesterday, and I will keep coming back with more. I've got loads on my Audible as well that I have listened to as opposed to read, but I do want you to take time to sit and read. So I've put 10 pages. It can be more, but 10 pages is a nice stint of potentially 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, depends on how big the words are. I generally go for big type because I just like to see the words much more clearly. And I'm not a reader at all, but 10 pages is really manageable. And there's just, you know, the knowledge and the insights you can get. You could just read something. The Atomic Habits one is one of my favorite books. And actually that is almost chaptered in roughly 10 pages, at least at the beginning of it anyway. And you could just take one tiny little thing from it and it could transform your whole day. You could be like, shit, why did I think of that? You know, super simple. And what I will be doing is when I read, I then will give you my snippet. If there is one in those 10 pages, I will give you my snippet of wisdom from that read. So I can share those too. And if you find something out in your reading, please do, even if it's just a bit of gossip about someone famous that you're reading about. I love autobiographies, although then they may be not educational. They are they can be quite inspirational, and I often get athletes ones or people that have done kind of crazy stupid things. So yeah, see if there's anything like that. Something that will, if you are reading at the beginning of the day, it's going to set you up for your day. If you read at lunchtime, end of the day, doesn't matter when you read. Just find something that's going to make you almost like empower you. Okay, so cut the crap. Simple. That is so simple. We all know what shit food is. Tend to want to eat the shit food, but we all know what it is. Okay. I've listed, what did I list? I can't find them on there at the moment, but basically crisps, sweets, cakes, donuts, whatever, you know, whatever it is, you know how crap it is. So just don't eat it. And alcohol, okay? Abstain from alcohol, because alcohol is such a killer to any result, physically, mentally. 50 days, you can do it, okay? Exchange it for other things like the trip drink, something like that. Think, you know, how much money you're going to save as well. So this is free and you're going to save money. So then you can go and buy the weights. All right. Okay, so that's quite a straightforward one. I just want you to cut the crap. If there are cravings, then it means that you need to find sort of choices with your food that are more satiating. So make sure you're getting good fats into your diet and getting a nice balance of carbohydrates. And I will assist with this as we go along. If you have joined on the app, then the nutrition manual is on there with guidance of sort of your protein and your carbs, fats, fiber, macros. And there is a vegan and a regular diet recipe book on there as well. So if you join on there, then you should be able to access that for lots of ideas, but I'll share ideas on here as well. Excuse me. Right then, I think that one's quite straightforward. What I have said with regards to kind of crap, I haven't cut out the idea of a little bit of dark chocolate, because actually there's some really good stuff in dark chocolate. But also if you are craving, then just a little bit can really help. Or sometimes chocolate is an ingredient, like on a protein bar or one of these like protein puddings or mousses or something. So I've not sort of said cut the chocolate, but you are grown-ups here, okay? You know the shit chocolate, and you know having a tiny bit just to maybe curb a craving. I have got, or what I get, and I have got in my cupboard, I went shopping yesterday, I am fully stocked and prepared. Is it Mossa Roth or Motha Ross? I can't remember, from Aldi, and they come in individual packets about that big. And I got the dark chocolate with sea salt, because I love that salt with the sweet sort of thing. And they just come in an individual one. So on days, I'm not going to have it as a regular everyday thing. But if there is a day where I'm feeling like, could demolish something, then I'm going to have that, and that will curb the craving. Okay, right then. Protein push. 100 grams minimum. I have just printed off, and I'm going to share this as well. There's another page of this as well, of meat eaters, vegans, vegetarians, various options of how to get 100 grams of protein. Okay. If you look at it more balanced, if you have 3 main meals a day, try and get a good 35 grams of protein per meal, and then you'll hit that target. Generally then we'll always have, most people want to have an additional snack. I find one of the easiest way to get my additional protein in, especially with the amount of training that I do, is with a protein shake. And I don't like milk, cream, anything like that. So I have the clear whey, and there is a vegan clear whey as well, which you can get from My Protein, and other vendors do sell it. But or Applied Nutrition, that's a nice one. That's a good one as well. So again, I will share links, was like where to get things from if you want. So yeah, it shouldn't be hard, and if you're not sure how much something's got in, read the label. If you are on if you're on MyFitnessPal, you can go on the free version of that and you can see how much. I don't expect people to track all their macros and stuff. You're welcome to, but you don't have to. But if you want to check you're getting a decent amount of protein in, then just put it in something like MyFitnessPal and you will be able to see if you're getting it. And the importance of protein, I am going to go into as we go through these 50 days. I think I've already outlined it quite a lot, but basically this is what is going to help you maintain your muscle. So you're putting the effort into the work to gain the strength, to keep hold of your muscle, to create tone in the body. Then we've got to keep the protein going in. Okay, but I will go into that a little bit more. Right then, so and then I think then we're on to number 7, which is our intentions. This can take you literally 2 minutes in the morning, not even that, 60 seconds on your phone. Grab your phone, go into your notes and put you can put the date, the day, whatever you want, or day 1 intentions. And I just put 3 intentions, whatever it might be. It might be stay on task, it might be confident today, it might be push hard in training. Like, what do you intend to do every single day? Do this in the morning, do it first thing when you've woken up that half hour, maybe just before you're going to go and do your exercise or read your book. And it might just simply be, I intend to stay on task today. I intend to tick off every single box. I intend to hammer my protein. Whatever it might be, whatever you want it to be. You don't have to share it. If you want to, you're welcome to share it in the group. Okay, so those are the 7 steps. That's what we're going to do. And you can print off the free tracker. And if you do all those 7 steps every single day, just tick off, color in, draw a smiley face, put a sticker on there, whatever you want to do, put it on your tracker, put it somewhere in plain sight, somewhere where you cannot miss it. The fridge door, your bedroom door, whatever, wherever, on your mirror. I don't mind. It is an A4 piece of paper though, and the rules are on a piece of paper as well. So if you download that, it'll be via the link below. So I've covered the question about, do I need to go to the gym? I've covered about getting up early. Oh, the other one I had was someone said, I want to start, but I've got a work trip to London for 3 days, and that is I think it's in about 2.5 weeks time. And the work is work. Okay, work is not a holiday. Work is carrying on with everything you want to do for you, but you're just away from home. Now, you don't have maybe the facilities. That's okay. You can work your training maybe with equipment like weights and things. Do those in the days before you go, and then when you're away, you can find 30 minutes to go for a walk where around London, take in some sights wherever you are. I can't remember where she was said she was going, but maybe the hotel's got a gym in it. Make use of it, or a pool or something. There's ways. Or if you are in charge of booking your own hotel, find one with a gym in it. You can still do water. You can still make choices. London is the mecca of food choice, so there is no excuse to not get your foods in. And you can always take with you protein bars or protein shakes. It's not like you're traveling a million miles away. And for 3 days, it's super simple. And this is what I was saying before about just start. Something is always going to get in the way, but one of my coaching clients has to go on work trips a lot. And what we are really trying to kind of acknowledge and accept is work, holiday's a holiday. Okay. So if you do have to work away a lot, just try and focus on it like that. It's not, yes, you might have the free-for-all in a all-inclusive buffet breakfast. It's work. You do not have to take advantage. If you do, that's a decision that can be quite gluttonous. It's not needed. It wouldn't be there if you weren't on a work trip. Okay, so treat work as work and then enjoy your holidays. Okay, right. So if there aren't any questions, which I can't see there are, but again, I'm not sure if I'm seeing what I need to see. But if there are any questions, please post them below, and I can either come back on with another chat, or I can just write the responses, or I can address them as we go on every single day. And yeah, that's it from me. So yeah, if you're with me, good luck. And you know, I've said this, it's a free challenge to start your whenever you want to. Maybe you want to start on Wednesday. That's cool. Just let me know. If you're going to start, just pop in a comment saying, right, I'm starting today. Post it in the group. Let's use this group to support each other, motivate each other, make ourselves accountable, and get some sort of community going here of like-minded people that really want to push strong. Oh, and someone said to me, why is it 50 days? I was like, well, there's no major, you know, they say cracking habits in 21 days. Well, a habit is only cracked if you stick with it. You could crack it after 21 days and go, oh, I've not had chocolate for 21 days. And then on day 22, you think, oh, actually, I'm going to have a piece of chocolate. And then day 23, you have a piece of chocolate, and so forth, so forth. So you can break a habit, but you can build a habit. So habits are not broken. They are worked at. They are about being consistent. And if you really want to make change, then you have to do this day in, day out for a long, long time. And there will become a point in time where you think, well, of course I go for my walk every day. It's just what I do. Okay, so you know it will come. Things physical is almost easier. The decision making around food is harder. Okay, so because there's lots more coming into play. Hormones. Fuck hormones. They are evil bastards. So, but again, I will probably address things like that on here. In fact, I've got quite an interesting graph of my weight and measurements over the past month. So I will share that with you at some point too. I'm going to try and get a bit more data though. So yeah, but so 50 days, well, next year I'll turn 50. I've got to be 49 this year first, but next September I will be 50. So I thought, yeah, I'm 50 strong. It sounds good. It sounds good. We want to be 50-year-old badasses, okay? Or whatever age you are. If you've gone past 50, then you are already a badass. We're just going to make you an even better one. Okay, right. I think that is everything. So any questions, give me a shout. Otherwise, thank you for listening, and yeah, good luck, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.